Hey, it's Ed Conarchy. Welcome back to Conarchy's Money Corner. I had a viewer of my Conarchy's Money Corners, which I put up on YouTube so people can see those, reach out to me the other day, had never met me before, reached out to me through Facebook and said, could I ask your opinion on some stuff? Your Conarchy Money Corner videos have been vital in helping me learn more about how to handle my money. And I was thinking about going out and buying some investment properties so that I could help with my financial plans and what I'm trying to accomplish. And as I do for all clients, I am happy to give free advice from the financial planning perspective of what you should be doing with your money. I wish more people would ask. A recent survey that was done found that 75% of people, this is 3 out of 4 people, so if you're watching this, chances are you're guilty of this, are not asking for financial advice and help from financial professionals. They're winging it and trying to do it on their own. So it was awesome to see this 1 out of 4 actually say he wants my advice to help him. And what was funny, and why I want to share the story with you, is he was recently a new homeowner for the first time. Him and his fiance just bought a home in January, and it went pretty well. They're homeowners. So he figured, why not just do this again and buy homes so that he can rent them out and grow his wealth that way. And what I asked him, though, and this is where the important part comes about, is what is your goal in doing all this? Why do you want to go out and buy investment properties? And basically what it comes down to is he wants financial security. He wants to be able to have income coming in so that his wife doesn't have to, his future wife doesn't have to work as hard, and that he can retire one day and that they can still not have to work as hard, but income coming in. And what I had to educate him on, and I have to educate so many people on, is that in order to accomplish that goal, you don't have to have renters paying you money. Because the unfortunate thing is what if those renters don't pay their monthly payments? Now you don't have that income that you're looking for. There's just one real simple goal to financial security. That the number one financial plan, the number one goal of financial planning is just one simple thing. And everybody makes it so complex, and we're human beings and we start to really make it an emotional answer. But let's talk down to the basics of what financial planning is about, and it's about money. A lot of times I call myself, I'm a math teacher. That's all I am, is I'm teaching people how to handle money, which is a mathematical equation. But yet human beings are guilty of trying to make this into an emotional decision and get so wrapped up into emotionally that they're making emotional decisions with money versus mathematical equations and mathematical answers and mathematical decisions on how to handle their money. As I always tell people, stop handling your money with your heart and start handling your money with your calculator. And if you can't do that, find some financial professional out there that can do that for you. And I'm happy to tell you, I am so privileged that I became fiscally literate. A lot of hard work, a lot of reading, finding the right people. I give a tremendous amount of credit to my fiscal literacy, to Rick Edelman, who's been a fiscal literate out there for the last 30 plus years, writing 10 books on personal finance. Read them all, listened to him, his weekly regular podcast every week religiously, so that I am really sound both personally in how I handle money from my wife and my 3 daughters and make the right financial decisions, but more importantly, to teach everything I've learned to everybody that watches these videos, to everybody that calls me and says, I need your advice. And do I charge for that financial advice? Absolutely not. It's my duty, it's my obligation, it's my pleasure to take what I've learned and share it with others and pay it forward. Getting back to the story, what we came down to understand, just like the person that called me off of the YouTube video, is that it's really simple of what he was looking for and what we all are looking for. We want financial security. We long for it. We run to our liquor stores and our gas stations and our convenience stores when the mega ball gets really high so that we can get financial security. Not over a time, but that right away, that day, that night at 10 o'clock when they pull the Powerball. That's how much we do it. We'll line up for hours to buy that ticket to get that financial security that night. What if I could teach you a way to get the financial security without a lot of risk, just doing something consistently over long periods of time? So, ending the story, talking to this client, what we came to find out that what he really wants and what most everybody wants is to be comfortable, to be financially secure. And what we broke it down to is there's just one really simple formula to do that. As I said before, just one goal is what you should have. Don't worry about debt. Don't worry about, do you pay off all your debt and are you debt free? A lot of people talk about that. That's emotional. That's not financial. There's one goal. That is create wealth. If you create enough wealth, none of your debt's going to be a problem. As I always like to say, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, do they have debt? Do they have a mortgage on their house? I don't know. But guess what? It doesn't matter because they've created so much wealth. So my message here today, there's one goal you should have when it comes to handling your money, is making the best mathematical decisions, the best decisions, not emotionally, but mathematically, to be able to create as much wealth as possible. And a lot of times, what that means is you have to do things you're not comfortable with. You're not emotionally handling as a human being. One of them is to take extra money to pay down your mortgage and get rid of your debt. I know that sounds like the right thing to do and it feels good to get rid of your mortgage, but you're losing all that money that you could have been putting somewhere else to do what? Create more wealth. And finishing up the story with the client, rather than taking all your money and putting it into a house in the state of Illinois and renting it out and hoping that you have tenants that will pay the bills so that you can make money off of that, don't do that. Take your money and put it into a highly diversified stock and bond portfolio, which history has proven out-earns real estate. Do you realize that stocks measured by the S&P 500 for the last 90 plus years have averaged an annualized rate of return of between 9 and 10%? Bonds over that same period of time, 5 to 6%? Hard real estate? Do you realize it's the least of those three at only 3 to 5%? Now, I know there's some areas out there today that are doing well in real estate. Denver's market, you bought a home 7 years ago, it's probably most likely doubled. But if you're in the state of Illinois, today, after the housing collapse and the housing bubble of 2007 and 2008, today, 12 years later, we still are 15 to 16% below values of where they were 12 to 13 years ago. Think about that. We have lost money on real estate here over the last 12 to 13 years. So one thing, a Warren Buffett quote that I love, it's better to be approximately right than precisely wrong. And investing, another great one, investing is not about being right, it's avoiding being wrong. So don't take all your money and put it into any one thing. A house, a common stock of a company. 3M yesterday, the news came out, that stock fell dramatically. Don't have all your money in any one thing. Have it spread out. 12 eggs in 12 baskets. Don't take it all and put it into real estate. Don't take it all and put it into bonds. Don't take it all and put it in stocks. Spread it around everywhere. Reduce your risk. But most importantly, put that money to work for you so you don't always have to work for money, so that you can create enough wealth that you can retire. You can have your wife work less. You don't have to sweat about the roof leaking or a car breaking down or an appliance going out with you or a cutback in hours or you're sick and have to take some time off of work because you've accumulated so much wealth. Financial security, the number one goal to financial planning is very simple. Create more wealth. If you don't know how to do that, if you need someone to help stop having you handle your money decisions emotionally and hand them mathematically, I'm your guy, and I won't charge you for it. No cost for my advice, because I was lucky to learn it because I didn't know it growing up, and now it's my job to teach it to you. So let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to me any way you want. Phone, email, comment on this, direct message me through Facebook, comment on my YouTube videos. But if you are one of the 75% of people that aren't asking for financial advice because you're scared, don't worry about it. Nobody knows this kind of stuff. Unfortunately, only 17 out of 50 states today teach personal finance testing in K through 12. So you're not alone. Don't be embarrassed. But ask the question. If you're winging it, find a financial professional. If not me, someone else that help guide you through this financial planning so you do create more wealth and you do reach financial security for your well-being, for your wife or your spouse's well-being, for your relationship and your marriage with your children. The number one reason for family dysfunction is financial reasons. Let's avoid that. Educate you, answer all your questions when it comes to that. I'm your guy for that. Hope you enjoyed this passionate Conarchy's Money Corner. Talk to you next time on Conarchy's Money Corner, and indeed, reach out to me if you need me. I'm happy to help coach you through this thing called money. Talk to you next time.